Whew, let us see. Interesting day. We'll get some water going. We'll get everything we need. Got that. Got that. No, I got that. Got the egg. Milk we got. What we got. We're going to set that in the microwave. Cocoa, coffee, salt. Alright, so we'll cream all of that. And put that in, cream that. And do that. And then that's all good. Alright. Alright, are we live?
We're
okay,
live.
so give me 1 second. Don't you want to grab a jug there and just half fill it for me with water, please? So, good afternoon, goeiemiddag. Yes, just hot water, that's fine. Good afternoon, goeiemiddag. So, alright, so been running around a little bit, but it's all good, and we will kick off today. So what we're going to do is we're going to do some lamb chops on the fire. So I'll show you here. So I've already got them salted and resting. I coated them with some lemon juice. I put salt, pepper, and some mixed herbs. My cheat spice, just Italian mixed herbs, which does all the good stuff to the meat and the flavor. And then I've got some of our in-house made sausage, boerewors, called, we call it boerewors, but it's basically farm sausage or farmer's sausage. So I like to leave mine open in the fridge a little bit, thank you very much. And that way it just dries a little bit on top, and the casings come out a little bit more crusted when you make them on the fire like that, because a wet casing doesn't crust up, so dry casing works a little better. So this is sat in the fridge open like that, like 2 days or something. It's not a problem. So we're going to. So I've still got a little bit of sauce left from the previous Thursday stream. So I'm not going to make sauce today. I'm going to just make the pop for the kids, and then I'm going to cook all of this meat on the fire. And there's a lot of meat and only a little bit of pop, because Nicole and I basically predominantly eat meat. So that'll be for us and for the kids. And it's my son's birthday today, so cake is on the menu. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the cake. I've got 2 range plates on, just so we are ready for action. So let me first do this. Let me just measure out some for pop. Now I must remember the pop recipe. Sorry, I'm trying to access the brain. It's not always that easy. But how's everybody doing today? I hope good. I hope good. Have we at least got some people watching us, or am I doing this for me today?
We've got Jody, and Sigmund was a fraud.
Okay. Hi, guys. Welcome in. Welcome in. All right.
And
so,
Jody says happy birthday to our little one.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm sure he will be very happy. So I'm doing about 7 grams of salt in there. It should be like 12, so like 2.5 teaspoons on a full batch. I'm only doing half a batch, so I'm only making a little bit of pop. And then the main kind of dish we're making today will be the chocolate cake. So I'm gonna pop this guy on with a temperature gauge inside, because the last time my oven went a little stupid. So let me just pull this guy up and make sure we are all on the same page. So don't do what I did. I mean, I tell you use an oven gauge, and then I don't use one, and then I wonder why my stuff's not working. So I'm going to put this back here. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a chocolate cake, but it's going to be a moist chocolate cake. So it's like a chocolate cake that gets soaked with the simple syrup, and that makes it kind of real moist. I can't eat it, unfortunately. And I thought I'm going to change the topping, because the recipe's for the chocolate cake, but you can top it with whatever you want. Do me a favor. Have we got a can of caramel here?
Yes.
Can you just grab me a can and I'll show you guys something? Yes. There should be one. Have you got it?
I got it.
There. Okay. Nicole will get it for me quick. So you can top the cake with whatever you want. It doesn't matter. So what I decided I'm going to do is I'm going to take a white chocolate, and I'm going to.
Dented from him.
Oh, it's a dented from him. So my son dropped this. So you guys should know what this is. You can top it with something like that. It's a caramel. We also use a caramel for between 2 layers of cake. You can spread it with caramel, between the 2 layers, or you can use like apricot jam or whatever. Apricot jam has got that little bit of tartness to it. What I'm going to use, however, today is I'm going to use one of these guys. So I'm going to use a white chocolate for a topping on the chocolate cake. and I have my cheat ingredient here. So what I've already got is I've got my cocoa powder, I've got coffee, instant coffee, canned coffee, and I've got black cocoa powder, which is not that easy to find, but I'm going to put this in, which should make the cake pretty dark. I've never made this cake. I've gotten it off the internet, I read a bunch of recipes and I've kind of put something together. And I thought, all right, let me try this today and we'll try it on camera and we'll see how that goes. Also, you'll see there's a little camera in camera, so we've got a fire going outside. I hope the phone doesn't overheat because there is sun. So we're going to stick this on the fire outside, but I'm first going to get the cake going. And once the cake's going, then I've got 20 minutes and then we're going to put the meat on and I'll do the pop on the range and stuff like that. And then so what we're going to do with this cake is we've got 2 eggs. So I'm making a half size. Let me just be clear on that. I've halved the recipe. So I'm going to take 2 eggs or 60 grams of egg. The original recipe called for double everything I give you. So hopefully it works. We'll see. We'll see. So let me grab the eggs. All right. So first what we're going to do now, I'm going to follow the recipe exactly as it says. There are a few things that I prefer to do differently. All right. Now the recipe says add your sugar and your egg. All right, which I'm going to do now. So I'm going to add the egg. All right. All right, so that'll be, and I've got liquid eggs if you guys are familiar with that. Otherwise, just put 2 eggs inside, 2 extra large eggs, which is about 30 grams it's about 30 grams a egg. So you're looking at 60 grams. Now what this calls for is to add the vanilla essence to the sugar and egg when you cream it. Now I prefer, like this has a sauce. So what I do is I'll make the simple syrup. And when I'm done with the simple syrup, I will put my vanilla in and pour it over, which is what I normally do because I believe that the vanilla evaporates. But first time making it, so I'm not going to mess with their recipe. All right, so we want 2 teaspoons, 10 grams of vanilla essence. All right, a little bit more, there we go. So 2 teaspoons of vanilla essence. I could have used the lid as well and made less of a mess, but what's the fun in that? And I remember as a kid growing up, we were always like jockeying for who gets to lick the bowl out. So we're going to mix the egg, the sugar, and the vanilla. It's not a lot in here. So I've got a third pan, so I don't have a real big pan for this because I thought, you know what, let's keep it small, and I've already sprayed the pan with what's the name? With non-stick. You can butter it, you can spray it, whatever you want. All right, this is not a lot to mix. So I don't want to make a big cake because I don't eat it. So you know, that'll be enough for my kids for like 3 days. So I don't want to make a huge cake because what am I going to do with it? It's like that the vanilla cake, the sheet cake, or the butter cake I made the last time. I mean, it's like they're still eating some of it. Yeah.
We're supposed to cut one of those.
Oh yeah, we were.
Open.
So bring that. I can do that quick.
I got it.
All right. So that's mixed up. All right. And then they say I've got to add the milk and the. All right. So let me.
Here's the last batch of Ace of Hearts. You really do not eat this much.
Yeah, we do not. You really don't.
We don't eat it at all.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do, let me take a little paring knife and I'll cut this open quick, and you guys will see what it looks like inside. Let me take this one. This looks nice. All right. So I'm going to take this guy.
I'll do it. I'll stay over you.
So I'm just going to cut it open. All right, and that's what it looks like on the inside. All right. So. Just so everybody knows, that's what our Easter varkie should look like. All right. Now I have sticky hands. All right. So, and I did mention a while ago. I said if you want to make sure you get your cake and stuff or anything you make, if you want to make sure it bakes a little better, warm your milk and warm any cold ingredients, buttermilk or anything like that, and it doesn't solidify the fats. This calls for a quarter cup, so it'll be a half on a full recipe. So it's a quarter cup of oil and then a half cup of milk. So I'm going to put the half cup of milk in here, and then Nicole's going to go stick this in the microwave for me because I'm not going to heat it in a pot for 30 seconds because it's about a half a cup.
Dog Digger's complaining that you're going to make him hungry again.
Yeah, I know. That's my job, man. That's my job. So, so 30 seconds, Nicole, and then I'll check it. So I want to take it to like 120. So you don't want to make it hot. If you make it too warm, you will scramble your eggs. You don't want to make it too warm. And if it's too cold, then, you know, I guess it can't really be too cold, but you want to break the coolness on the milk. The oil is already at room temperature, so that doesn't matter. All right, and then we've got some flour, cocoa, coffee, and salt, which I've already got in the bowl over here. All right, and then we're going to make a simple syrup. So I've got a 3/4 cup of sugar in here. All right, and I'm going to put a cup of water in there, which I've already got here. So let's run it from the top. So you want 2 eggs, which is 60 grams, 30 grams of egg, 2 extra large eggs. You want a cup and a quarter, oh sorry, a 3/4 cup, thank you. A 3/4 cup of sugar, which is 165 grams, and then you want 2 teaspoons of vanilla essence. All right. So I'm going to put this in here, and then we're going to be mixing that. All right. I like to get all the juice out. Anything you leave behind is like a waste, in my opinion. So,
have you told them why you use olive oil or what kind of oil you're using?
Yeah, we don't do seed oils. We don't eat any seed oils. We don't eat any sunflower, canola, like any of the seed oils. We don't eat that. So, so I only use extra virgin olive oil, or I use butter, or I use lard. And who was it that said duck fat beats lard? Isn't that Finboy?
I think so.
Where's Finboy? He's supposed to be here to
He's
give us a hard
not here.
Time. He's gay today. So, all right, so there we go. All right, so we've got the butter and the oil incorporated. All right, and then they say put all the dry ingredients. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sift the ingredients in here. So we want from here, I'll put that there. All right, so we want 2 cups of flour, which is 260 grams. All right, so let me try not to make a huge mess when I take this out. So we want 2 cups of flour. All right. So 260 grams. All right, and I've got baking powder, and I don't know where I put that. I'll go look for it now. I just remember I was setting everything up, and I'm like, oh, I gotta go look for the baking powder, and then I told Nicole, start the stream. And I'm like, no, no baking powder.
Yeah, you never said anything about the baking powder out loud.
I know. It's all in my brain, man. All right, so the recipe actually calls for a pinch of salt. I don't know. I think a little more salt will be good. So I didn't take a pinch. I took a little more. Oh, here we go. I hid it in the back. We are busy reconfiguring our kitchen still. So we are moving equipment around, and we are setting up so we can do a higher volume biltong production. But it feels like it never stops, man. It's like a move into like a perpetual move. So this calls for 20.
It reminds me of the song that never ends.
Yes. So I'm going to do 25. I'm going to do a little more baking powder. All right. So so that'll be 5 teaspoons. That's stupid.
Salty's here with us as well.
Oh, cool. I just got to grab my phone there for a second. Let me see before I mess this up completely. Let me see if I translate it. No, you see. There we go. I'm glad I caught that. All right. So this will be going to the trash. All right. It's half of that. So I only halved the one section. Ha!
And I cannot read this, everybody. It's an Afrikaans.
Yes, it's not a...
He does that.
It's not a... You can put it back on Rumble. So this will take 1 cup. 1 cup. I thought to myself, man, something seems odd here. So we almost had a very dry cake. Very floury cake. So this will be 1 cup. And I'll change the recipe now. So it'll be 130 grams of flour. 1 cup. 1 cup. And then where's the 2 teaspoons? So it'll be about 12 grams. I'm going to do 2.5. Hey, I almost fucked that up completely. Like, what the fuck is wrong with the cake, man? Yeah.
The kids would have eaten it.
Oh, the kids don't care. If it's cake, if there's sugar in it, they'll eat it. We give them so little sugar. Like, I think they have a sugar deficiency.
Is that not a thing?
I don't know. But anyway, all right. Close call there. So now I'm going to put all of this stuff in here. And so what this calls for is we're going to make this. So I'll see how big this is. I mean, I just assumed it would be enough for. So I'm sifting my cocoa powder, my salt, my baking powder, and everything, because I'm going to try and do this without making a mess, because that's what you end up with if you don't, and those make clots. So what we're going to do is I have this other little thing that we're going to use, and we're going to press it through the sieve, and that way we don't get little dry bits.
Harry Toast joined the stream as well.
Hey, Harry Toe. All
Welcome.
right, so you're going to press it through with a little white spatula, and then everything gets broken up nicely, because otherwise we end up with little dry bits, and that's not nice. Nobody likes dry bits. It's got to be moist, man. If it's dry, it's no es bueno, yeah? How about that for my Spanish? Now I can speak 4 languages: English, Afrikaans, a little bit of Spanish, and bullshit. Expert in 3 of
Bullshit's
them.
number 1. No matter which language you're speaking.
All right, so there we go. I just want to get the last little bit of dust in there. Again, a little pedantic about shit like that. All right, so that should be our mix. That's not a lot. This is going to be very low, but it's okay. Let's see how it comes out, because then we know. All right, let me just make sure I don't fuck up anything else here. So 130. All right, and this is 2, so that'll be 12, so 2.5. All right, I've got the cocoa. So the cocoa powder, you want to put 14 grams or 2 tablespoons. And then, so I did 1 tablespoon dark and 1 tablespoon normal. And then the coffee, so you want to use instant coffee, canned coffee. I put half a tablespoon or 1.5 teaspoons, which is 4 to 5 grams. And they say a pinch of salt, so I put a half a teaspoon, because it's got to taste the salt. The salt will amplify the sweetness in actual fact. So let's see how this comes out when it's done. So let me mix this. I should have maybe used my whisk, but this will do. So that the black cocoa powder is going to make this like a black cake almost, and that with a white topping should look real nice. So I'll show you guys what this batter looks like when I'm done. Alright, let's mix this up nicely. And then I've got to go check on my fire before I finish this up. Just make sure that we actually have a fire.
You know what? The fire is not showing.
The fire is not showing?
Nope.
Okay.
I'll go see.
It was on the screen, unless the phone died. I'll go see now what's going on there. Let me mix this in. It was definitely on the screen. It was on the screen before I switched it on. Because that's half the fun, is me putting meat on the fire. Alright, so this is not a lot of batter at all. This might even be a little big, but that's good. Now we know, because I've never made this, so I don't have size, but these things like to raise up, you know, they like to raise quite nicely. Alright, and then we're going to make a ganache for this for a topping with a white chocolate. And that'll make it nice, so we can just pour it on top. Alright, so instead of your traditional brown kind of chocolate cake, alright, I'm going to see if I can show you guys this. So you see, that's nice and black. If you look at that's a nice dark, like a dark chocolate color. So I think that's the lot. Let me make sure. So we've got 2 eggs. We've got 2 eggs or 60 grams. We've got 2 teaspoons of vanilla essence or 10 grams. We've got a 3/4 cup of sugar or 165 grams. We've got 1/2 cup of milk or 120 grams. We've got a quarter cup of oil, or 55 to 60 grams, all mixed together. Then we put 1 cup of flour and 2 teaspoons of baking powder. All right. So syrup in so it can actually saturate us. All right. So, and then we've got 1 cup of flour. I put 12 grams, so 2.5 teaspoons of baking powder. I've got 14 grams of cocoa powder or 2 tablespoons. I've got half tablespoon of instant canned coffee or 5 grams. So that'll be 1.5 teaspoons. 4 grams actually, 4 to 5 grams. I put 5 grams, a little more. And then I've got a teaspoon or 2.5 grams of salt in here. So I'm going to pour this in the pan and let's see how that looks. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. I'm glad I took a small pan. I think Nicole's having a fight with the camera. It might have switched off. Maybe someone stole it. It's pretty possible. What's wrong?
Okay, the phone was overheating, quote unquote.
Okay.
Sun directly on the phone. Apparently, they get upset. I did put a box out, so maybe I'll protect it.
Is it on now?
It's on.
Okay. I was wondering with the sun if the phone was going to get upset. It's not that it's working that hard. I mean, it's just its camera. But we've noticed before that the phones, if you're in the sun, man, they don't like it.
It's only on YouTube. I'll see if I can get it back on Rumble.
Okay.
But hey, Neuro, welcome in.
Well, it should be on the system. So I don't know. All right, we'll see. We'll see. I'm sorry if we can't get the phone back with a fire.
No.
All right, so let's get this cake rolling. Oh, try and not get it on me. All right, so let's see. All right. I'll go fiddle with the settings in a minute, and Nicole can talk to you guys, and then because I have to go check the fire anyway. Got it
I'll
back?
give it a minute.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go check now. I'll go check now because I've got to go check the fire anyway.
No, I brought the phone in for a minute.
Okay, is it still?
Yes. That's why it was on YouTube. YouTube is slow.
Oh, yeah, YouTube's always behind the times. It's commies, man. Commies can never catch up. You know. All right, so we got the cake. It is. I'm not going to tilt it because then it's going to coat the side. It's if this is the whole. It's about so it's real low. So we'll pop that in. Let me see where the oven is. It should be. Oh, it's fallen over. If I touch that thing, it's gonna burn me. So let me see if I put it there.
Salty mentions even after he's been eating for 3 days, you can still make him hungry. I agree with that statement.
All right, so we've got a little bit of a mess. Yeah, that's not bad. Not bad. The interesting thing that I noticed with the cake is no butter. And you can if you want, which I should have done. But I don't like messing with the recipe first round. I'll mess with it second round. Stick half cream, half milk. Make it a little bit more creamy, you know. Right, let me go check the fire. I'm going to stick this in a basin. Let me go check the fire. Oh, I think leave the phone for another minute. I can rather try and take it out when I cook.
Okay.
We try and catch that. Yeah. All right. Well, the fire is looking good. The fire is looking real. All right, and while we are busy getting everything ready for the cookery, remember to like, subscribe, and share. And you know, we are in my store. Let me move this guy this side. We are in my store, so you might hear the ding dongs. My kids are not yet today; they are out because of my son's birthday. But I got to work, and my wife's got to work, so so they are out with their grandparents. So this is at 350. I'm going to turn it down just a little because I got a big ass fan in this thing. So we're gonna take it down a little bit, and I'm gonna. The recipe asks for 20 minutes. I'm gonna run it for 10 and then check it. All right, so, and then I've got the pop, so the steamed cornmeal, I've got that water on, which should cook it about half the time. And I'm going to take this guy off, put that guy over there, remove this and this so we clean up a little.
Mine Commander has joined us and was actually just asking what's cooking today, so you've answered part of it.
All right, I can rerun through everything. Give me 1 second. All right, so what we have today is we have flame grilled or fire roasted lamb chops and sausage, and then I'm making a steamed cornmeal, and I still have sauce from Thursday, so I'm not going to make more sauce because only my oldest daughter and we eat it, and we don't eat that right now because we're cleaning up our diet again a little bit.
I can't eat the sauce.
No sauce, man. No sauce. Not that
me.
sauce anyway.
Right.
Hey. So we're going to have the sausage, which we're going to throw on the fire. And like I said in the beginning, I leave mine in the fridge open just to dry the casing a little bit. And I've got salt, pepper, and mixed herbs with some lemon juice on my lamb chops. That's been sitting out for about an hour already. So it'll be 2 hours by the time it hits the fire. Try and get it a little beforehand. And then I'm going to make the steamed cornmeal, which all my kids eat, so they can enjoy that. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to, so this is the syrup part for the chocolate cake, which we're making. So we're making a moist chocolate cake, which I haven't made before, but we are going to try that. And I almost messed up the recipe. You missed that. So I've got a 3/4 cup of sugar in here, and I'm going to add a cup of water. So that's almost a simple syrup. A simple syrup is supposed to be half-half, 50-50. And sugar. So this is close to a simple syrup. All right, and then we're going to soak the cake once it comes out of the oven with this. And they say the cake should cool down before you top it. So I'm going to make a ganache afterwards with a white chocolate because the cake's pretty dark. I used black cocoa, so it's a dark color. And I'm going to put a white chocolate. I'm going to use this chocolate, white chocolate, and this is 90 grams. We're going to do 50-50 chocolate heavy cream, and then we're going to just melt it, and we're going to pour it over the top, and that should look good. Let me go have a look again at my fire. So let's see quickly what that guy looks like. Looks like it's making a lot of heat. I might throw an extra few blocks in here just to make sure it doesn't die on us. All right, so let me just... All right, so Nicole, you read some comments and talk to the guys. I'm going to just open up the fire and throw a few extra charcoal on there just to make sure it's ready when we head out for the meat. And then I'll set up the camera and see if we can run that again.
All right, I do see Mine Commander here. The lamb chops, yes, they really are very good, and it's simple as far as what he does to dress them, to get them ready. I am a huge fan of lamb. I did not have it prior to meeting Anton, so the introduction's been very good. I will say I have a lot of Americans that come in our shop who inquire about it, but I don't know, are you guys familiar with cooking lamb? Have you made it before at home? Because the feedback I get is normally the prep is not what lamb requires. Lamb's a different meat, obviously, than chicken, but that tends to be what happens with a lot of the preparations here in the States from what I've heard of. And maybe that's why so many people don't like it nowadays, but they are phenomenal. And obviously on the grill, it's very simple, but very good. And I do see, Nura, you're mentioning Ike with his problem on his live stream. That is not good. I hope we can at least have some people checking him out as well. And yes, Sigmund was a fraud. Lamb burgers. I have not had that, actually. We do have some ground lamb. Anton's spoken about making some sausage. So that will be interesting if he's able to get to lamb sausage soon. I've got a few South Africans, I think they are, who are interested in lamb sausage as well. And yes, Plant Shield, rack of lamb on the grill, 100% agree with that. So we went to a big supplier not too long ago, and they had a box that was double tagged. So we didn't realize when we purchased it, it was not the lamb shanks it was supposed to be. It was a hodgepodge cut up of all kinds of things. So we had roast, ribs, all kinds of different things. Anton's made them in numerous forms, but these lamb chops are a properly packaged and labeled box, thankfully.
Yes. All right, so I've got the top here.
So quail eggs for what, Sigmund? To make the lamb burger? And Neuro likes lamb gyros as well.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah, we do what we call susatis, which are kebabs. So we like to do diced lamb or beef, and we stick them on
very
sticks.
Thick cut, almost the
Big,
size of those chops we have.
Yeah, we don't do the little puny ones like you normally see.
No so single skewer.
No, we put skewers so it can hold all the meat, and then what we do is we put, so I would say like 2 inch by 2 inch minimum blocks on it. So you got some meat. So you'll typically share one of those between 2 people. Because you also have sausage and you'll have some steak or something else or chicken. So if we do chicken skewers, then we'll do beef or pork and sausage, or alternatively if you do beef skewers, then we'll do some chicken on the side. Because you got to have your veg, so you got to have your chicken. All right, that's done. Just gonna wait for that thing to cool down for a second, and then that fire is almost ready. And it's pretty hot, but it's almost ready.
So yes, the quail eggs, Sigmund says, for a lamb burger or a loaf, like a ground
loaf. Okay, like
loaf.
a meatloaf.
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
And Plant Shield says, mutton tastes better than goat, which tastes better than venison.
Yes. Yeah, I'm not a big goat fan. A goat also smells a little peculiar.
Interesting.
Yeah, that thing is coming up nicely. So maybe 10 minutes would be it. I'll check the internal temp in a minute. All right, so we're in for 7 minutes. Let me just see. I don't want to mess with this thing too much. No, we're good. All right. It is still proofing. Yeah, I'm not. So in South Africa we eat a lot of lamb, and the running joke is normally, if your lamb tastes gamey, it's not lamb, it's goat. So goat is more gamey than lamb. It looks very similar. If once they've processed it, you would not easily know the difference. That's for sure. All right, so let me pop this guy on here. I think it's cool enough. All right, I'll leave that running. But once it's slaughtered and processed and chopped up, you don't really know the difference between a goat and a sheep. So yeah, they could easily, and then goat's normally cheaper than sheep or lamb. Well, lamb's cheaper than sheep, and sheep is cheaper than goat. So they sell you goat as lamb, and then they make more money. But if it's very gamey in taste, you get that kind of smell to it. Not lamb, man. Not sheep or lamb. So this is imported New Zealand lamb. So it's not my favorite, but it is good. It is not bad, and it does what we need it to do. So we're gonna throw that on the fire now.
And hopefully get that camera running. It has been sitting inside with us, so
yeah,
we'll see.
It's not hot outside,
no.
But I think the sun's getting it or something. So we'll see. Nicole put a box up. We'll see if we can work on that. See if that'll do for us. All right. So basically, once you dissolve your sugar in your water, I'll check temp on this, but it's basically like a clear liquid. So yeah, we had like 120. I'll take it up a little and pour it on the cake when it's done. And like I was saying, we're in our store, so you're going to hear the bell. You might hear staff running around asking questions and things like that. I don't know. Sorry, there's something happening, so we'll see now. But anyway, so if you want to support us, go to biltongusa.com, buy biltong. That will be awesome. We will ship it right to your door.
The short people have returned.
Oh, the short people have returned. Oh, awesome. So that's going to be fun in a moment. Well, we're halfway through the stream anyway. So I want to try and see if we can get this camera going. Let's see if this will work. All right. All right. We are live, so we are on the mic. Right, let's see if this will work. All right, go that side, sweetie. All right, let's see. Let's see if this will give us an action shot. Oh. All right, let's see.
Hey, it's up. Good deal. Let's see if it stays.
All right.
It's up and showing.
Yes, it's up and showing. I'm going to take the meat out now to go and cook it. So let's see. Yeah, I had to shake that around.
You had an alarm going off, by the way.
Yeah, it's for the cake. It's not. It looks like it's not focusing the camera. I'll see if I can set the what's the name on it a little. All right, that's good. Okay, let's see where we are at for this internal temp, and then we go cook the meat. All right, whew, that smells good. Yeah, that's not ready yet. I'm going to turn this around. So they say 20 minutes. We got a big fan in this oven, so it'll just proof on the. It kind of blows it over if you don't turn it around. All right, so that was 10 minutes. I'm going to give that guy another 7. All right, and then this is good. We could just heat that up a little, and then I'm going to take these guys outside.
Looks like all of the men are very happy you have fire.
Yes, gotta have fire, man. Takes you back to your caveman
days. We do enjoy the fire too.
So I'm gonna see if I can improve the camera a little. Hopefully it lasts. Let me just see if I hit the settings here. Let me stop it and then refresh it. All right, share your camera. All right, that looks better. Okay, there we go. Blurry vision solved. All right. All right. So there we go. Lamb chops. All right, I didn't want to talk too much because I don't know if you're yabbering. So I didn't say anything.
I do try to stay quiet when I'm not asked to speak, you know.
Sorry, I just want to rinse this thing out. Lots of spices and some stuff in there. Say that again, Nicole.
I said I try to stay quiet when I'm not asked to speak.
That's a lie. All right, so we got the lamb chops on, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop the lid on, and that way I cheat a little because I do a little bit of a convex effect in there, which means it's going to take the heat from the fire and put it all around the meat, like in an oven, and it's going to speed up the cooking process a little. Do me a favor with everybody back. Just tell them Christoph is sleeping, so don't make too much of a racket. Oh, did you? Okay. All right. Okay, so I'll be yabbering. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop out here. You won't obviously be able to see what I'm doing, so I have to explain. So I'm going to take. So this is nicely on the fire now. I don't want to get it like really hot, otherwise it's going to burn the meat. And then what I'm going to do, I don't want to put the sausage on yet because the sausage cooks a little faster. So let me see. You can see what that looks like, I think. All right. I'm going to just pop this on here and give this guy a little bit of convex heat. And then when I come back and I turn him around, I'm going to pop the sausage on there. All right. So that's a little cheat that I've learned with a Weber, is if you put your lid on, it helps speed up your cooking a little. So that way, if you want to. So let me see. So I've got that guy going, which is almost done. And then we got 3 minutes left on this guy. So I just want to
Smells
see.
very nice. By
Yes,
the way.
it does. Okay, no, that's still moving when you touch the pan. It's still shaky. So comments. Everybody quiet.
I mean, they were talking about the gyros for a little
Okay.
bit,
Yeah.
but
So we call those shawarmas. We don't call them gyros. We call them shawarmas, and you put it in like a pita, and they fold it over, and you eat it like almost like I guess a burrito or something like that. We call those
yes.
shawarmas.
I will say though, Neuro did prop up the meat, saying best meat in the business. Buy some, you will not be disappointed.
Thank you.
His favorite is peri peri, and I owe you an apology, Neuro. I haven't gotten your box out. Tomorrow.
Yes.
Tomorrow you're supposed to go. You should get an email. It was a little crazy on Friday. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, we tried to get it out, but we ended up with 2 days worth of shipments to get out in one day, and then we had a hard time getting, because also the carriers were overloaded.
They were MIA.
Yeah, so they only got here very late, and we were running around trying to arrange to make sure they come, so we get out what we've packed. So it was interesting to say the least. Yeah, I'm going to give that.
did say though that the bag of peri peri that they have will last them a week, but the Wagyu was only about 3 days. The
I
Wagyu's
eat a pound a day, man.
Yeah.
So that stuff don't last around me. I just swallow it whole. So yeah, I want to check this cake after about. I've got 2 minutes to go. I'll check the cake. That'll give us 17. So maybe it is 20 minutes. And then I'm going to go turn the meat around, and I'm going to put the sausage on. So we get that done. And then we can heat that sauce. We'll heat the sauce in a little bit, and then I can plate it all nicely. Some sausage, some chops, some pop, and some sauce, and some chocolate cake on the side. I'll see. So I gotta get this done, and then I'm gonna put the syrup on. Now you gotta prick it full of holes. So I'll do that as soon as I turn the meat. I'll prick the cake. That should come out, and I can prick it full of holes. And then I'll make the ganache brick is full of holes. And then I want to put the syrup over, then I'll make the ganache in the same pot as the syrup. So I can't wait, I'm not patient enough. 2 minutes feels like forever. Yeah, that's close, I reckon. So I'm going to give that 4 minutes, which should be 20 minutes exactly.
Neuro did say, of course, he's appreciative of the box, but he's got to place his Christmas orders. You want to advise Christmas so people know what to kind of do as far as Biltong USA?
Yeah, so go to Biltong USA. That's the cheapest shipping. If you want to get your Biltong out, go to Biltong USA. Any shipments above or any purchase above above 50 is free shipping. And then we don't have a code yet, of course, because I'm useless.
Yes, no. You mentioned one. You say it, we make it. After the stream, it's out.
Yes, okay. So after the stream, we will put a code. What will our code be? STF. How about that?
Repeat that.
S for Sierra, T for Tango, and F for what's F? F
I don't
for
remember.
Foxtrot. STF, which is shit talking food 10.
STF 10.
Yes.
10% off your orders. STF
It'll be out after the stream. I'm gonna go check the meat quickly.
That'll be after the stream.
All right, let's see what's on. There we go. All right, that's good, man. That looks real pretty. All right, so let's pop these over. Look at those babies, man. Look at that. That is exactly what it should look like. All right, and now I'm not going to pop the lid back on. I'm just going to leave it. It's just a little cheat. I might pop it on with the sausage if the sausage doesn't catch up. Got to make some space for the sausage. All right. There we go. That's very nice. So the only one that didn't get hit nicely is that one. That's okay. We moved it to the middle. Okay, and then I'm going to take the sausage and put the dry side up. The side that was in the fridge drying a little bit. I'll put that up. There we go. Right. And now we can go and finish the cooking inside. Just watch that thing, because the sausage sometimes gets a little excited, makes a juice, and then makes flames. So let's see where we're at for this guy.
So if you see fire, anyone, just type fire. I'm not going to lie. Looking at that little screen, I may not be able to catch it.
All right, so 95. Yeah, so we're looking for a 195, which is we exactly at 195. So that's internal temp, which means we are done. All right, and remember, after you check your cake with your probe, always clean the tip. All right, just for all those who are wondering.
Clarification purposes, thank you.
Just digging out the alcohol swab. Thank you, Mr. Alarm.
Salty complimented that you are using a simple Weber. He says everyone else out there is trying to use the latest and greatest, but keep it simple.
I believe that in all cooking, man, you keep it as simple as possible. So I threw my fork away. Clean fork, but anyway. So the recipe calls for jabbing this thing through holes. So they say a warm cake. So you press the warm cake full of holes. So I'm going to do that. There's nothing stuck to the fork, so we're definitely done. It's falling flat in the middle a little, which I guess because I'm poking at it. All right, and now we're going to take this. And we're going
that's probably going to help with the syrup absorption anyway.
Yeah, that's why they said poke holes.
No, I mean the falling flat.
Maybe. So we'll see. That seems like a lot of syrup, and I definitely halve that. But, you know, it's supposed to be a moist cake. So and now it needs to cool a little. So we're just going to pop this guy back here. I'm just going to put it on the table here and let that cool.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Did you show them?
No. Let me do that quick.
Yes.
All right. So
it looks like a brownie.
Looks like a brownie.
Oh, that's nice.
So the syrup's gone. It sucked all of it up. So I'll put this here, and then we'll finish up the meat quick, and then I'm going to make the ganache for that. See what that looks like. Yeah, that's good. That's hot. Let me get that out the way. All right, so let's go finish up that meat. Then the pop should be almost done. I'm going to give that 4 minutes. If that thing cries and I'm not back, just pull it off the range for me, please. All right, so let's go see what's going on out here. There we go. All right, we've got some flames going. Oh, I leave my tongs inside. That doesn't help. All right. Yeah. I cannot turn anything without the steel tongs.
Hey, Lemons came to say hello.
Hey, Lemon, how you, man? Good stuff, good stuff. So it's a little bit of a less active stream today because I don't have 10 million things going at the same time. So let me see. What is this looking like? Yeah, there we go. Turn that a little bit and bring it a little closer to the heat. There we go. All right, these guys looking good. They're looking good. Looking good. So now that I can actually watch the meat, yeah, that looks good. Now I can turn it and bring it closer to the flames. So, because otherwise you leave it unattended and the flames get to it and it starts popping its casing and the juice comes out, and then when you see again, you've got fire going. I'm going to try and avoid that. There are some flames going. It's rendering fat. Yeah. See, like there's a little leak there. So now it's going to make some flames. Let me see. Yeah, it looks good. You can just stay like that. So and squeeze that guy in the corner there. Ah, that's good. Good stuff. Turn that guy because it didn't get hit on the other side. Don't know if I'm talking over Nicole because I can't hear or see her. There we go. There we go. Try not pop the casings. That's the most important part. Try and keep that juice inside. There we go. Let's see what this guy looks like. Yeah, there we go. As I say that, I break that one right there. All right, that's looking good. All right, all right, all right. Yeah, that's looking good. It's looking good.
Everybody was asking if you made the sausage. Of course you did.
Yes.
That was Thursday.
Yeah, I made Thursday. I made that sausage.
Yes, before our meal.
Yeah,
That's
before the stream on Thursday, I made that. Yeah.
And we do have Unfolding Joker on as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to take this guy and go rinse it out, and then I'm going to make that ganache quick because I'd like that to cool down, and the meat's almost done. So I want to get this at least in here. Get this going. So, and then I can at least plate it, man. Glad to see Unfolding Jokers. Yeah, he was on Sarge yesterday.
Nura says it looks like you lost a few pounds. What would you say? How was that month of biltong?
Yes, that biltong definitely helped with that, man. All right, that should be done. I'll check that now. All right, so I'm going to break this up in here. So this is a white chocolate. And I think I'm going to put the cake, I just want to put it in the fridge just to cool down a little bit. We've got 91 grams. We're going to do 91 grams. So ganache, 90. So you do 50-50 chocolate and cream, heavy cream. So we're going to go to 182. And then we're going to make a ganache, which we're going to pour over that guy. I hope it's enough.
Lance Heel mentions that if you're giving biltong for Christmas presents, you should give them floss as well.
Yes, it does do that. But you know what? The health benefits outweigh the cleaning your teeth. And according to Jordan Peterson, if you I'm just trying to, there we go, snap that one. It does regenerate like gums and all kinds of things, which I can't say yes or no. I mean,
I will say yes.
Yeah, it feels like I'm a little bit more healthier in my mouth.
I definitely notice my gums are doing better after having the thicker chunks of biltong. So slicing up the slab, that's really made a difference.
You know what I wonder? I'm looking at this volume-wise. I wonder if I shouldn't just do 2 and be done. If I've got too much, it's fine. Let me just do 2 slabs because I'd rather have too much juice than not enough to cover the cake.
Sign of Jonah's in as well.
Hey, howdy, Sign of Jonah. Welcome in. I'm going to do 2 slabs just in case because I'd rather give it a nice thick chocolate layer, or at least a slab and a half. All right, and I've got to go check my fire. 49.
I see smoke.
Yes, I know. 42, 46, 45. There we go. That's half a slab. Let me do this, and I'm just gonna leave it on the range. I'm not gonna put it on the actual heat. There we go. I'm just gonna put it in between here so that chocolate can melt. because I've got to bring it up to scalding. And let me check. I've got to make sure we're not losing. Yeah, you see flames. There we go. All right, the sausage makes the fire angry. Woo, that one's spraying. That's a happy boy. All right, there we go. All right, that one can move back a little. Put these guys back here. Watch me burn my meat on camera. That'll be fucking hilarious. All right, there we go. There we go. That's nice. Put that there. Put that guy there. That guy can go there. All right, so that one still needs a little bit of attention. And the rule on the sausage is, as soon as it kind of breaks by itself, so if you can snap it, it's done. You want to take it to about 145. You don't want to overcook it. So I'm going to go get the probe and check that quick. All right. So let's see. Did I just start that again? All right. Can I ask you a favor, Nicole?
Mm-hmm.
Would you mind heating the sauce up for me? The tomato onion relish?
Yes.
Just in the microwave. Because I just want to put a little bit over the top. All right. Let's see quickly. Where are we going? I think that guy can come off. So that's where we're going at. All right. There we go. Oh! Drop one. Wow. All right. There we go. That's looking good. And then, see, this is almost done. Yeah. That's done. That's done. This is the only one that's a little soft. That one's done. All right. Do a little bit of cheek here. There we go. Okay. Here we go. All right. Let me wash my hands real quick. There we go. All right, almost done. So let me see if I can make that ganache quick. I've got 2 wors on the fire. I'll go get them now. All right, there we go. Let me do this guy. Get this in the fridge. All right, no comments, no nothing.
So Nura was saying, only if you could imagine living in the neighborhood with all of these smells all the time.
Yes.
And then he did tell them that he'd weigh 300 pounds. Just looking at all of the food makes him hungry. Can't imagine adding the smell to the mix. I will say, Neuro, as someone who's lost weight since meeting Anton, you'll be surprised. You eat real food every day, and
yeah, clean food actually causes you to drop weight.
yes.
I just want to grab this. Let me go get that sausage off. It should be done. Right, there we go. All right, there we go. All done. Well, I can leave that open. All right. Now we are cooking
Lyndon
with
was
gas.
worried about your ganache on the burner, but
Oh,
it looks fine.
no, it's all good.
It looks fine.
No, it's all good. I just got to be fast.
Made my heart skip a second when I saw that.
No, I just got to be fast. It's almost done. It's almost dissolved. I just got to bring this up to scalding, and then we're good.
So everybody's complaining about how cold it is where they live. What is it outside here?
It's like 75. I'm actually sweating, man.
No, thank you for the comment, Lemon. I appreciate it.
See if we can get this guy. I just want to see if I can get the last little bit dissolved in here. Because this is, I've never made it with a white chocolate. And I don't want, otherwise I must put it through a strainer. I just see there's little bits of undissolved chocolate, which I've never experienced, but it's okay. We'll see. Let's see. Let me jack the range up just a little.
Sigmund's warm in North Idaho, 67 degrees.
Yeah, we probably at like 75.
Yeah,
just
it's
wash
warm
my
outside.
hands.
Hence the phone freaking out.
Let me see quickly. All right, so we've got that sauce. So this is a very traditional South African meal. I'll do this real quick. So I'm going to take a lamb chop and a baby lamb chop. So there's big ones and small ones. So we'll do a big one and a small one. All right, 2 lamb chops. And then let's do a little bit of sausage. All right.
Our oldest is going to love this.
Yes, she is.
That's our kid that eats anything.
Yeah,
she likes good food.
All right. So, okay, and then that's, there we go. All right, I think that's all dissolved. All right. Yeah, it looks like it's dissolved. All right, so I've never actually made this with white chocolate, so we'll see how that works. I know with the dark or with the brown chocolate it works real well. Just want to make sure the kind of solid parts are gone. Yeah. So let's see. If we take this guy. He's still warm, so I'm going against the advice here. But let's see. So let me do this. So that's the cake after all the absorption. I know it
Go up higher.
It fell flat in the middle. That's, I guess, what it does. After I poked it a little. So let's leave that guy. And I'll put the sauce over now. And then I've got, whoa, wow, making the mess. Let me take that away. I'm throwing my spatula around. Every time I touch chocolate sauce, man, I make a mess in my kitchen, apparently. That's like a thing now. Let me just make sure that's just a few drops. Yeah.
So there's a conundrum.
Yeah. What's
Is
up?
white chocolate chocolate? It contains no cocoa.
Well, yeah, right? That's interesting. All right, so we can take some of this. Let me just make sure. That'd be good. Sorry, I don't eat any starches, but I got to taste it.
We have Donut Muncher who just arrived, but it says Antonio is a boss. Who's this Antonio?
All right, so there goes the pop. So that's what it looks like. All right, and then got to do a little bit of sauce on top. Is this all the sauce that's left?
No, there's more.
Okay, now that's good. All right, so let me see if you guys can see that. So there we go, lamb chops, sausage, and the steamed cornmeal with sauce. All right, now let's see. I'm not convinced this is going to work because this it looks very kind of pale. Yeah. So is white chocolate chocolate because it looks very pale. So I'm going to be sorry that I didn't make.
It may just be the ratios need to be lower.
Maybe.
Or 3.
Maybe. I mean, I did cook it a little. It just seems very runny. All right, well, worse things have happened, I guess. Let's see. Now I'm glad I did a double. Now I'm very glad I did a double. All right, so I'm going to have to post a picture of this later because I'm going to have to leave it to set on the cake.
There you go. Lemon says think of it as a glaze rather than frosting.
Yes, I agree.
That's perfect.
So with a white chocolate glaze, I guess. So this is still runny, so I'm going to have to leave this. Let me see. Can you see that? Because I can't tilt it too much. Because it's still warm and runny.
Go up.
Can you see that?
Kind of.
All right. I'm going to try and tilt it a little.
Okay.
All right.
You can see the chocolate in between.
Yeah, it's running.
Yeah.
So just pop the fridge open for me. And then that can sit in there for a minute and let it cool down. You see, they said cool the cake down, but you know, the cake takes like 2 fucking hours. Should have used the freezer. No, I don't. Well, it's actually better to do it in the freezer, funny enough. All right, there we go. All right, so I think that is basically that. Food is made, cake is made. Feed my monkeys. Any comments? Last questions?
We've just got Lemon says that the white chocolate will soak into the cake.
Yes,
that's
probably
the right
probably.
thought
Yeah, well,
process.
so it's got a simple syrup plus the white soap diabetes.
In one?
In one, yes.
Oh,
yes. Moist chocolate and white chocolate diabetes cake. That's what we'll call it.
Yes. Yes, into the cake, Jonah. Into the cake.
Yes. Lemon says it'll probably soak into the cake, which I agree with. I'll see. I'll take a picture afterwards. I'll put it out on social media. Probably X, because I don't like the book of faces so much.
No.
I'll rather just share it to X. I'll put it out there later. The fridge will help. Yes, it will. We're going to try that. The FDA says chocolate if it contains 20% cocoa butter, says Harry Toe. But the FDA is like YouTube. They are assholes.
Who really listens to the alphabet?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Right.
Can't.
So,
no.
Yeah, I think that's that. And then anything else? No, I think that's it. All right. Well.
The sauce. Wait.
The
sauce, that's the tomato onion relish. When did you make it last?
Thursday. I made it Thursday because I made the pop thing.
Yes.
Yeah, so check Thursday, and there's an episode before as well where I made pop and wors, so the sausage on the range with sauce and pop. But check Thursday's episode. I've got the recipe there, and then I got to get to posting all the recipes. I know. I've got to post all the recipes. I keep getting
time will.
Yeah, man.
One day.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna go back to work and continue configuring equipment, and I've got a little bit more biltong to hang and stuff like that. So yeah. That's my Sunday. And of course, after our stream...
after we eat meat.
Yes, we're first going to eat some meat because we've got to eat. And then Viva's on at 5, so I'm going to check him out because they're a cool bunch. Nero's on there. They're a cool bunch of guys, man. I really like the Viva streams. So that's like 20,000 people live. You know, one day we'll have that. You know,
share with your friends.
Yes,
like,
yes.
share, subscribe,
yeah,
and
like,
we can
share,
get there too.
subscribe, and then we'll have a 20,000
Yes.
live people stream, and then everybody can watch me fuck up. You know. All right, I think that's it.
One last reminder about our code.
Yes. So, what is it? STF10. STF. So
It's not
yes.
pretty,
Yes.
but how about that?
Yes.
STF10.
Yes.
If you guys can
STF10.
read that.
So we'll do that. We'll set that code up in a minute, and then you guys can use that for 10% off. All right. Okay. Well, I think that's it.
Yeah.
All right. All right. See you guys on Friday next week. I'm gonna try some of this stuff. All right. Enjoy. Thank you very much.